the Conservatives seem to be putting forward the wrong choices on a whole bunch of things. Quand vient la grande priorité pour tout le monde,
when it comes to the big priority for everybody, the one that we need to address first to be able to do all the other things, ending the pandemic for good, he's not doing what needs to be done.
We know that to end this pandemic for good, we have to get people vaccinated. And Aaron O'Toole can't even ensure that 90% of his candidates are vaccinated. How is he going to get 90% of Canadians vaccinated? That's something he has direct control over. But he won't, and he can't. Why? Well, we've seen why. Because he's there to back up candidates, like his candidate in Peterborough, who thinks it's okay to go visiting seniors' homes without being fully vaccinated. Or his candidate in southern Manitoba, Ted Falk, who is pushing anti-vaxxer misinformation. That's not leadership by the Conservatives. That's giving in to those people who are putting us all at risk. We need to get vaccinated to get through this. That's what I say every single day. And if you have been vaccinated and you know people who haven't, make sure you talk to them so they get vaccinated. We have enough vaccines in this country for everyone, months ahead of schedule. To get through this pandemic, to get back to the things we love, everyone needs to get vaccinated, and we are the only party with the plan and the clarity of leadership that'll get that done. Mr. O'Toole, he's not leading, he's misleading. Whether it's on bringing back the assault weapons that we made illegal a year ago, whether it's on canceling the child care agreements we signed with the provinces, including right here in Nova Scotia, where Premier Houston said, we can't afford to go backwards on child care. We need to make sure that families across this country have access to $10 a day child care in the coming years, with child care fees cut in half in the very next year. These are things that are going to make a huge difference for families, things that Mr. O'Toole doesn't understand. It's not just about creating opportunities for families. It's also opportunities for businesses and economic growth as more women get into the workforce, the way Quebec has demonstrated over the past 25 years. That's the way we need to move forward. And can't be in a place like the Discovery Centre without talking about climate change. The greatest challenge we're facing as a world right now for the coming decades. Science is very clear. We need to step up our ambition and our concrete plans to fight climate change. And you can't say, as I agree with the NDP on, that science should dictate, experts should dictate our urgency on climate change, and then turn around and present a climate plan like the NDP has that doesn't cut it. The experts, the scientists have said that the NDP's plan on climate change is a failure. Whereas the plan that this Liberal government has put forward, our Liberal platform, is both ambitious and concrete and meets the challenge in a way that supports families, creates jobs, and protects our environment for future generations. Because the contrast is clear with Mr. O'Toole, who wants to go back to Mr. Harper's targets, even though we've already set more ambitious targets within the Paris Agreement. Even though we're on track to largely passing Mr. Harper's targets already, he wants to bring us back to that. And people know here in Atlantic Canada and across the country that you don't have a plan for the economy if you don't have a plan for the environment. Le choix est extrêmement clair dans cette élection.
The choice is extremely clear in this election. Do we continue moving forward? Do you continue being there for each other as Canadians? Or do we go back? I know that the people here in Nova Scotia and throughout the country want to continue to move forward for everybody.
It's clear in this election. Do we continue to move forward with a government that has your back, that has ambitious and concrete plans to address the big things that are preoccupying families, from ending this pandemic to fighting climate change to supporting families to moving forward on countering the housing pressures that so many people are facing with real investments in affordable housing and housing affordability. Do we move forward for everyone, or do we let the Conservatives take Canada back? I know what Atlantic Canadians want to do, and that's move forward together. Merci beaucoup.